Today we are going to tour the kids clubs here on the Disney Wish. We're on deck 3 in the atrium, and this has something that no other ship has. It has a slide to enter the kids club. This is really cool. You can also take the stairs if you want to be a boring adult, but we're gonna try the slide, even though, you know, made for kids. So we'll see how this goes. Made it. Okay. We got our hand washing stations over here, which are like the coolest hand washing stations ever. They're completely automatic. Wash both your hands with soap for 20 seconds for you, and then you're good to go in the kids club. So it's a little bit different than the kids clubs on the other ships because it's not that hub and spoke model. It's actually one big, long kids club area. So all the way down to the left and then all the way down to the right. We're gonna start things off. We're gonna head towards the left. Here in the main area, they've got these TVs, and of course they have programming in here for the kids. I love the black and white sketches all along the wall. Really cool. Our first little area we're gonna see, on the left you see Star Wars Cargo Bay. First, gonna make a pit stop here at the bathrooms. They do have kids bathrooms in here. On the left and right walls, you see all the Pixar characters here. We have some little kids bathrooms. See little toddler toilets in there. And then on the back wall, we have a little bit larger kid-sized toilets. Also, we have 2 accessible stalls in here. So you got the ones that are slightly bigger in here for the kids. And of course, those hand washing stations, they've got more of them over here too. Now we can go over and check out Star Wars Cargo Bay. They have all kinds of programming for the kids in the different club sections throughout the cruise. Get to meet some really cool characters and hang out with them and go through these different storylines and games. All of that is linked to their magic band that they get when they check into the kids club. So you'll see lots of little tap points, like right over here with the Creature Caretakers game. You can tap the band and get started on that, but I'm not a kid in the kids club, so I am not able to play the different games. Definitely something they would want to check out and have fun with though while they're here. There's a lot of fun little pieces here in Cargo Bay. If you've been to Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World, like the little porg there that the Loth Cat has, that's actually from the Toydarian Toy Maker. So the story here in Cargo Bay is that you are in the cargo bay of a ship that is heading to Batuu, heading to Galaxy's Edge, bringing some supplies, some cargo, some merchandise, some creatures that may be sold at Galaxy's Edge, like this little porg here, which is very sad looking in the cage. Oh, now he's crying. I'm sorry, porg. Little Star Wars Easter eggs all over too, with some nods to the original trilogy and the prequels. Lots of fun stuff. This is actually my favorite part though, right here. This tank, if you spin the wheel over on the right, fills with water. So creepy. We'll keep going down the hallway here to my second favorite room in the kids club, the Marvel Superhero Academy. This is really, really cool. They've got some fun games in here and some technology that's pretty cool. It's of course an Avengers theme, Marvel theme throughout. If you look over here on the right-hand side, we have a lot of ant-related things because we do have Ant-Man and the Wasp on board. So you can see these little ant farms there. World's Greatest Grandma Trophy, of course. And then a lot of fun little Easter eggs here on this board that you'll recognize at the Worlds of Marvel dinner show. Really fun little tie-ins there, especially once you've seen the show, you'll recognize those. But there are games in here for the kids to play. Those big TVs on the wall over there, they can activate that with their band, and it's kind of like an Xbox Connect. It's interactive, so they get to earn different suits that they can then bring over to this little VR area over here, or projection area over here, I guess. And once they've earned those suits, they can then tap the station right there and project the suits that they've unlocked onto the little mannequin there. It's pretty cool. We also have some actual suits in here from some of our Marvel heroes like Captain America. I think Black Widow's on the other side as well. Got some Wakandan technology over here. So the Pym particle stuff is over there. The Wakandan stuff is over here. With these two rooms right here, I am very jealous of the kids. They get to come down here and hang out. And you see the artwork on the wall. This is a Mary Blair / Small World style mural of the Avengers. On the outside of the kids club, you actually can go out through this door right here whenever they're doing open houses that are just individual sections. The entire hallway out there has murals like this with this style of art tying into the It's a Small World nursery at the very end, all the way through the different areas of the kids clubs. So it's some pretty cool artwork. We may take a second and go look at that at the end of the tour. Now coming over to the other half of the kids club, over on the right-hand side, we have Fairy Tale Hall. Now this is, of course, the princess side of things. They have some really fun activities in here. Over here on the right, for example, they have story time with Belle, where she comes in and reads a book. And this is a library from Beast's Castle, just transported right here onto the ship. Lots of little chairs all around. There's a lot of little Easter eggs and details and nods to the movies in these rooms if you take some time to look around. I don't want to spoil everything. Another great little detail is this little compass down here that has the rose, the snowflake, and the sunflower. And then up on the ceiling, the same thing in the stars by each respective room. So Rapunzel has her own room over here. It is the art room, the painting room. They allow the kids to do some painting in here. And all along the wall, you can see Rapunzel has painted this entire room, floor to ceiling, and even on the ceiling a little bit for some of it. Her frying pan hanging on the wall over there, and Pascal hanging out. He's just kind of sitting over there in the corner. A lot of little details from the movie in here too. And then the last room in Fairy Tale Hall here is the Frozen room. This is another one of Anna and Elsa's summer houses. Of course, they have one at Walt Disney World and Epcot. This is a different one. So you can see they've got a clock here, and one, I will point out this Easter egg, you can see the time on the clock. It is actually set to 11:13, and that is because Frozen came out in November of 2013. So a fun little detail we found out about on the ship tour. We've got a tapestry back there. I love this whole room right here, and it ends on the other side with another video game, Frozen Fun, where you get to throw snowballs at trolls and do some other things. There's several different games you can play in here. And of course, you have to tap that magic band to activate it, so we won't be doing that today. But there is lots and lots to do with those magic bands around the kids club that I really wish we could show you. But you just have to be a kid and come down here and do it. So straight across from Fairy Tale Hall, we have the Walt Disney Imagineering Lab. And this is my absolute favorite space in the entire kids club. So this is where they do various activities and crafts and things like that. They have some really cool Imagineering designed and inspired activities that they do. You can see the artwork throughout. They actually have pieces of the designs for the club and the different sections here in the Oceaneer Club so the kids can see how things came to be. There's lots of Imagineering books here, and those are all available for the kids to pick up and sit down and read. A lot of little artifacts around the room from the different parks and the ships as they were being designed. Like you see the model of the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ship right there. Really cool stuff. So one of the activities they did tell us about, they do a bioluminescent painting activity, just like they use in Pandora, so that it glows under the black light, and the kids get to experience that. And they have several other things they get to work with to kind of see how Imagineers do things and be a little bit of a part of Walt Disney Imagineering. So many fun little details in here for Disney fans. And I love the castle over here because they have little pieces and sketches and samples from Cinderella Castle, pictures from the construction. Really awesome. Definitely worth coming down here during a kids open house to check it out if you're an adult. And then the kids, they get to hang out here and do stuff all the time. There is a second half to this Imagineering Labs section. That is the R&D Bay. So this is where the kids can go and, with that magic band, design their own roller coaster right over there. And then they get to ride through the roller coaster here. Now, it doesn't move physically. It is just the projection screen. But they get to choose a lot of different options in there. And as they continue to build and go back and tweak it, they actually unlock more and more options. So there's an incentive for them to keep kind of adding on and learning how to add more to their roller coaster, which is really cool. And of course, more props in here from Imagineering. This is the Toy Story Splash Zone up on deck 12. They've got some models in there from that and some plans. There is an entire Disney Wish model over here that they have the blueprint for, and there's some few details from the ship as well. It's really cool. And then if you look around the room, some of the best things here in the room are not in a case. They're just kind of off to the side and in the prop shop cage over there. Little things from some of the different attractions around the parks. We have the map from the Jungle Navigation Company here, which is cool. And then the prop shop right over here. Can't really show you much in the prop shop because there's a gate there. It's hard to see in there with the camera, but there's some really fun stuff like the Rivers of Light costume back in there. There's a Festival of the Lion King hat, the signs from It's a Small World, Tower of Terror scale model, lots of really cool stuff. And they've started putting tags on there so you can see what things are from. Fun fact is that a lot of this stuff was scheduled to be destroyed at Walt Disney World, and the Imagineers said, no, we'll take that, and they brought it and used it here as part of the theming in the Kids Club, which is really cool. We do have bathrooms on this half of the Kids Club as well. There's two down here, one that's accessible, one that's not. And then they have, of course, the hand washing station there. And this is our last section of the Kids Club, Mickey and Minnie's Captain's Deck. This is the section for the younger kids for sure. There's a lot of little tunnels and things to climb on and slide down. There's a few interactive elements on the deck over here where you have the bridge. You can control the ship with the wheel. That's something the kids can play with. That does not require the magic band because it's just noises and lights and things whenever the kids are in programming. And then you see the pictures of Captain Minnie around and Captain Mickey. We've got lots of different little things in here. They can also open up the door from here to the It's a Small World nursery next door, and they can close off this room using the large door right over there. And this can be a section, they have a thing called toddler time, so the older kids from the nursery are able to come over here and play at designated times throughout the cruise, which is really cool. Now we're gonna walk out through the main entrance of the Kids Club and we'll head down to the It's a Small World nursery and see if we can take a look around in there. Thank you. So this is the first ship that deck 2 is kind of the kids' deck, basically. All of the stuff for the kids, the little kids, is here on deck 2. And so they can just have the run of the place pretty much. There are staterooms on each end, but this entire midship section is all Kids Club stuff. And the murals I was talking about seeing earlier, you can see this is Frozen here. That's because Frozen's summer house is on the back side of this wall. Mickey and Minnie's Captain's Club, that's right here. So they have Mickey and friends on this wall. So it's a great kind of indicator to the kids of what's on the other side of the wall as you're walking through. And the art style again ties in with the It's a Small World nursery right down here. Now, there is one fun Easter egg that we found out about here in the It's a Small World nursery. As you come inside, there's a mural over on the left. And of course, you know, kids, it's a small world, but these are actually children of the Imagineers who designed the space, which I thought was just the coolest thing ever. Here in the nursery, you'll see the Small World theming with Disney characters. This is so awesome. They have the different regions of the world represented with Disney characters in this It's a Small World art style around. You can see Africa there with Black Panther and Lion King, the crossover I didn't know I needed. And on the other wall over here, we have Encanto. Even the new movies made it in here. This is great. Now, this nursery is for 6 months to 3 years old. Then when they're potty trained, they can head over to the kids club over there that we were just touring. They've got a little sleeping area here for the kids that have nap time. Hard to see the walls in here because it's a little darker, obviously, but they do have North America represented here. Check out the little mobile up there. I see an alien in a saucer. I see Eve, the house from Up. Wally's riding on the fire extinguisher. This is also an area where nursing mothers can go. They have that chair in there for them if they'd like to use that area. This whole place is just the coolest little thing for kids. If you look down near the ground, there's little It's a Small World clock faces, and the kids can turn those, and when they do, something happens on each one of them. So just a little interactive element for the kids. Rapunzel's hair swings back and forth. Of course, they have the TVs in here. They can have little shows and things. It's a great area for the little guys to come in. Now, this is a paid service. Kids clubs are totally free with the Oceaneer Club and all the way up through Edge and Vibe for the teenagers. But here in the nursery, it is a paid service. It's $9 per hour. For the first hour, you have to do a full hour. Then after that, you can do half-hour increments. And this is just totally worth it if you have little kids. You want to have a night to go up to Paulo's Steakhouse, or maybe go to Enchanté, or just have a night where you don't have the kids and you go to dinner alone. This is a great service that they offer. And because they do go up to 3 years old, they do have a little toddler toilet in here as well. If you'd like to see tours of other spaces here on the Disney Wish or the staterooms, we've got lots of those on the channel. You can find those linked in the description down below. And that's going to conclude our tour of the kids clubs and the It's a Small World nursery here on the Disney Wish.